Let's see. Resources. No. Structures. No. Oh, yeah, well, we don't own it yet, so we don't have any bonus, but it will pop up under resources then. What am I doing? This is my overall text. That's not what I'm looking at. It would be somewhere here, and we can't see that yet because we don't own it. Okay, that's great. That's right, it's me, Scryptar, and we are back with another episode of Master of Orion. How you doing, folks? When we left off last time, we had just about colonized this lovely little planet down here. Well, talking about lovely, it's not bad. It could be way worse. You will get to see some planets that you would not want to colonize in the very near future. This is one of them. Well, technically, this is one you can't colonize. Not yet, anyway. So, when we left off, we had bought this lovely little automated factory. Since we've bought that, we don't need this guy here. See, it's still one turn because we did a buyout. So, for the moment, I just stick him into food, and that boosts our food output. We will now have another person on this planet in 7 turns instead of 62. It will not be 7 turns. I mean, next turn I have to put him back, I guess, so we get some more production done. But it will definitely shave off some turns off of those 62, so it might be only 55 next time we look at this. Well, for our main planet, we had rearranged the people. Since we have our main research done, we got what we wanted. Takes 7 turns until we get government, which will give us the laboratory. And another 4 turns until we get the automated factory, and then we start cranking out some production here. Anything else we need to do? This guy, our scout, has just discovered the anomaly. We got some money which we needed for the buyout. We have another planet here which we... I guess we don't want that. It's only 5 population. Doesn't really make much sense now, and thinking about it, we need another colony ship to get to the next planet, and that will take some time, especially since we already have some production queued that we need to do. Speaking of queuing, that's something I forgot last time. I like to have a queue. I like to queue up some production so we don't have to micromanage everything a turn. You know, we need a hydroponic farm, we need the biospheres. These give us, as you can see by the icon down here, or when you click on it, some food bonus, which will boost our fertility rate. That's good. More people, more production, more taxes, you know. So that's what we're going to do next. We only have to decide which one goes first. Well, main planet, I would actually say, let's give us some research bonus as well as food bonus. We need that. We already have 7 people on this one. I think it was 8 the last time we built a colony ship, so that takes off 1 population to put into that colony ship to put, well, to ferry over to the next planet, which we did when we colonized that one. So we go biospheres first, hydroponic farm next, and pollution cleanup. That's what you use when you actually have pollution. Currently we don't, so we don't really need it. We don't need a missile base yet. So we're not getting attacked on our main planet. What we want is a space factory, definitely. That is needed if you want to build defenses at those war points, so we can leave them pretty much unguarded for the moment. So I put that in here as well. Now we just need to decide in which order we want them. I put this one first. So this is 4 turns, this is 6 turns, it's about 10. In 10 turns we will get 1 more population. Once we have that, everything will speed up a little, and then we crank out our population boosts. For this one, I go biospheres first. We need the people to do something here. Then we need the research boost. And we pretty soon need this one. The most important thing about a starbase is it gives you command points. Every ship you build, every military ship you build takes away command points. You can see that right here. We have 3 of 15. That's our frigate. And those 2 scouts. The bigger the ships, the more command points they take away. And those defenses we build at the war points, those 2 will take away command points. So we need more of those pretty soon. It's good at the moment. We still have 12 to go. It's not that many ships we want to crank out. That's fine for now. So that should finish our turn. We've done everything in the last episode already. So let's just move on. That looks nice. That's a Gaia planet, that's the best you can get. And as you can see, 20 people. It's a huge planet, biggest size you can get, but still gravity is normal. This is a perfect planet. If the minerals were a little bit higher, this would really be a perfect planet. It has a special gold, so it gives you an extra tax boost on that one. Just a flat plus something. Let's see. Resources. No. Structures? No. Oh, yeah, well, we don't own it yet, so we don't have any bonus, but it will pop up under resources then. What am I doing? This is my overall text, that's not what I'm looking at. It would be somewhere here, and we can't see that yet because we don't own it. Okay, that's great. That's one thing I guess they should fix to actually show what kind of credit boost it gives you, like plus 15% per population or something like that. Be nice. I'm gonna flag this. Show you in a second why. It's basically to remember that we have a nice planet here. We're not gonna bother about that one. So, for the UI, for main interface, we have some buttons up here which we didn't press so far. Let's just start at the beginning. Our empire. It's basically our main screen which shows us all about our empire. That's why it's called Empire, I guess. Empire management. We have 8 population total over all planets. You can see here 7 here and 1 here. 0 of them are on strike. We have the icon here. 0 on both, makes a total of 0 of course. Colonies 2, yep, those 2. We have 44 credits with an income of 14 credits per turn, which is mainly defined by our tax rate. We have 3 billion credits per population unit. We can crank this up to 5 and give us a huge boost, but then people start going on strike, as our advisor just tells us, right? Exactly, thank you. So this doesn't look too bad at the moment. It's just I don't want this person on strike. This lowers everything we can get. If you look at this, it's food. So we're down to 14 instead of 10 turds, I think. I can move this wherever I want. It won't change anything. This guy is not producing. He's just consuming food. Because, well, he's there. So this is too much. I can do 4. At the moment that's good. It's a little micromanagement involved here. At the end, once you get the technology, I like to crank this up to 5 and then just leave it as that. Because at the end game, you won't have any people on strike if you do it right. Research overall is 6, as it says up here. Government is coming up, tells you what it unlocks. You can even do this up here, it's completely the same. Empire focus is basically your auto management, how your people are going to be distributed. You can do it up here, food, research, production, and so on. If I click any of these, this guy will move to any of these 3 slots if you go balanced. Once you grow, it will put 1 in production, 1 in research, and then start over again, so you have it equalized, kind of. If you do manual, it will just put it, I think, in the first available slot, so up here. Once this is full, it will go down here, so you have to distribute them manually where you want them. This is what we're going to do most of the time. Well, maybe until the end game, where you just colonize planets as crazy and you don't want to bother. Good, that's for the stats. I think I don't really need to explain this. I mean, if you haven't played any 4X game, this is pretty self-explaining. It's the same you get up here, just per planet. You can set everything here, you can add to the queue, you can see what's being produced, how long it takes, and you can flag those. Which will come in handy later when we actually have like 20-30 planets and we only want to show those that are good for production because we want to crank out ships, for example. I would take those with the highest production boost, say flag, and then only show flag. Good. That's fixed. I hope. This is our Empire screen. Nothing to do at the moment, we only have 2 planets. Not really much we can do here. Research, you've seen that. You can go in here anytime you like and change your research. Ship design. I guess I'm going to show that now. This is going to expand once we get more ships. You can create a new design. Once you have a new design, you will still have 2 empty slots to fit in how many you like. This is our base frigate. Looks neat. Every race has their own ship models, and to a certain extent you can edit those. As you can see, you can't change the hull type because we just chose to edit a frigate, so it will still be a frigate. But we have an alternate frigate here. Oh, that looks nice. That looks like a TIE Defender, TIE Interceptor, something? With a big, I don't know, warpod on top. I think that looks better actually. If you give it a theme, you can't really see it on here. Take this one. This is just some basic patterns drawn on it. There's only 3 you have. Look a little different on any other ship type. It's just for the looks. I'm just going to leave it at default at the moment because we might get into this later when we design, well, let's say our ultra ship, but definitely not for a frigate. We will run out of frigates fairly soon. In core systems, whatever you have researched, you can select here to fit into this type of ship. We have 3 slots for the core system, 2 specials, 2 weapons. It can hold 65 units of space, 55 are taken, so we could add another weapon, say give me a missile, which takes away 10 space. Takes 4 production to produce. And then we're full. So now our frigates will have missiles once we say done. It's nice, not really necessary for a frigate. Not really. Specials, well, augmented engines. Yeah, nothing we really need. Takes an extra 10 production. The ship takes 40, so we would add a 4th of production. If that takes 4 turns, you would now need 5. If you want to crank out 20 of those, it's 20 turns more, it's not really worth it. Cancel that. Diplomacy. Well, once you actually have some races that you've encountered in the galaxy, you will see them in here, and then you can do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to show you once we get there. Path to victory. As you can see, the economic victory is not yet there. The technological victory is displayed, but as far as I know, you can't build the last building that you need. At the very end of the tech tree, you have 3 different buildings that you need: Science Victory 1, 2, and 3, and number 3 won't show up in the production list, even if you have it researched, so you can't really do that. Then again, it still shows you some nice details about the other races, how far advanced you are. You can see our total research is 103 points that we've already spent. There's only 2 that are close, the others are pretty much a default. Conquest victory, well, defeat all enemy races. Nobody has defeated anyone yet. We have conquered, well, colonized, I shall say, a planet, so that's not bad. Excellent victory, have the highest score when the last turn ends. Score is determined by a number of factors, and I haven't really figured those out yet. We're at the bottom. One of the things that contributes to the score is the amount of ships you have. So, yeah, we don't really do anything there, not just now. And we have 490 turns remaining. So, once we reach turn 500, this game ends. Whoever has the highest score wins. Diplomatic victory will come in the late game, I shall say. Usually, once you have all the races discovered, you should have a pop-up that the Galactic Council has been founded and is now up for votings. The guys that you can vote for, the top 2 guys with the highest score, will then pop up and you can put in your votes determined by the amount of population that you have. So we're not there yet, not by a long shot. You can do all kinds of stuff and view the graphs and all that. You can compare yourself to other races. We don't have any here, so we can't click on them. You can show your army, your population. Army should be ships, I guess? Or it might be both ships and ground forces. There's nothing here for fleets, which is bugging me a little. It might be that this is just misnamed, or it might be that it is right and I just haven't figured it out yet, really. Well, we see. We get there, we have a look at this a little later in the game, let's say around turn 150 or something. We will definitely have a look here and see how we're doing. Planets. This is the planets we have explored. Everything we have seen so far is in here. So all of those that we haven't seen yet are not in here. All of those that are taken, like our main 2 planets, are not in here because they are not up for grabs. And all of those other races we have taken will not show up in here because you can't colonize them, so why show them? You can sort this any way you like. I like to have it sorted by minerals so I can pick the rich and super rich ones. and then see the amount of population I can fit on there and how many terraformings I have to do to get it up to a Gaia planet. This is the flag we just set. So here, as well as in our Empire screen, we can say, okay, give me the whole list, and then I select a number of planets that I would like to colonize, and just say, show me those. And then we go there and colonize them. This is our next main goal, I can tell you that right now. And our fleets, well, at the moment nothing much to see. We have our scouts and our frigate. And since Scout and Frigate are here, they form a fleet at the moment, so that's why you only see 2, although we have 3 ships. So much for that, let's get going. Already 50 minutes into the game, we need to do some stuff, right? Fleet needs orders, automated factory completed. Of course it's completed, we bought that one. So now that we don't have any person here, but we get our race bonus of +1 production at the moment, and we have the automated factory, that's our +3 in total. It shows up as buildings here. We only have our main colony building and the automated factory on the planet. This is all the bonus we have. So we do 3 production, although there's no person in here. So in 13 turns, this will be done. We might have enough money to buy it out before that. Currently, this is my main focus. I want to have a second person on here, so I can put 1 in here and 1 in here, or maybe even 2 in here. It only takes 6 turns for the next person to, well, grow. Once we have 2 or 3, we will refocus and say, okay, we have a population maximum of 12, we currently have 3 or 4, let's just not focus too much on food, let's go into production to bring it up to speed. And then when we get to a stage where there's really not that much we want to build, we're going to refocus. Same here, I want to have this on max population as soon as possible so I can redistribute everybody in food to the other 2 technology queues? What you call it? Slots? Let's just say slots. So we can basically take all of those out here, except for those we need to not die from starvation, and then boost everything else. Good, I think there's not really much to do. Fleet needs orders. What is it? You. Yes, you've explored the anomaly, and like I said, it will go back to the point from where it came when you said, go and explore this. So now, go auto-explore and just continue doing your stuff. How about you? Can't buy that, we don't have any money. It's done in 3 turns anyways. I'm not gonna waste money for that one. Next. And that's what I meant last episode. When I said, look, we have a star system here, there's nothing in there. But it might just be that we're not within sensor range yet. Now we are, that we're actually in this hyperspace lane from this warp point. So now we can see there's 4 planets in there. Well, it takes 1, 2 turns to get there. So leave it at that for the moment. And let it do its thing. I guess it's the frigate that needs orders, right? Yes. So we came here. There's no pirate base here, we would see that. So it must have come from somewhere else. For the moment, I'm just gonna leave you here. I could send it away and explore something, but if I move it up here, and while it's in transit to that war point, you can't turn it around. So if a pirate pops up from here, and takes, let's say, 2 or 3 turns to get here, and I'm in the middle of this, I need 1, 2, 3 to get back. By that time, the pirate might have arrived, transferred over to this war point. When I arrive here, it will warp out. I won't catch that guy. That's not good. You don't want pirates roaming free in your systems. So stay here, be on guard. Next turn. And next turn.
1 unread notification.
Thank you. I'm already doing that. Nah. Well. That one's not too bad. Has dark quartz. I think that gives you a research boost. Where is it? Planets. There. Oh, that's new. That came with the last update. Haven't seen that one before. Food boost. So we have gold boost, or credits boost, food boost, research boost, production boost. I would think that blue is research and red is production. It's the other way around here, for whatever reason. Creativity, I guess. You're done? Yes, you're done. And, yeah, trusty advisor, thank you very much. We're doing this one next. Nothing to do here. Getting some more production done. Now we're actually getting some pollution. Does that matter? It's one turn. That doesn't really matter that much. Okay, we counter this pollution when we need to counter it. It will actually tell us when we need to counter it. So I guess we just leave it at that value and let the game tell us when it's too much, so you can actually see that. Ding dong!
Welcome, stranger. I am the Empress of the Mershan Pride. If you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours.
Hi, Nissan. Alright. That's the cat people. So now, diplomacy. There we go. That's us. That's them. It's good. It's pretty neutral. We can't really see any treaties or anything else here. We're going to get into this once we have the technology for that.
Well,
If we request an audience
there.
here, we can declare war. We can look at our declarations, so we can say don't colonize close to us. I'm going to ignore that for the moment because these guys are in our space and I guess they are the first ones to be vanquished by us. Not just about now.
What is it?
A lot of things, thank you. We could share charts? Yes, the top 20 Viva hit list. This is always a good thing to start up because it saves you time exploring. Then on the other hand, you give them information that you might not want to give them. So I'm going to hold off on this one for the moment. It's just really the only thing we can do. For all the rest, we need Xeno diplomacy to establish an embassy, and once we have that, we can get into all these treaties.
I'll be seeing you.
Standard for X, right? But still, I just think this looks stunning. It's utterly beautiful. It's nicely animated. And it's a lot of nostalgia in here. Thinking about it, I'm going to change something. This is all nice and fun in games. I need another colony ship. I want that planet before anybody else takes it. Going to move that up here. I hope to collect enough credits to do a buyout. We did set this to 4, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, so they are down here. If you zoom out, you can see the systems they have colonized. So I think this is the main system. They have one colony here. That's all we know at the moment. We can see this planet, kind of. And we know there's only one planet in here. You see this little gray dot? You see this has 2. One is blue, which is ours, and one is gray, which is uncolonized, this one. Or not owned by anybody, I shall say. This is 4. This is also 4 planets. Yep. Well, this is not 4 planets. This is 2 planets and 2 asteroids, which we can turn into planets later on. Good. Get going. Got stuff to do. Places to be. Things to see.
One alert unattended.
Population grown. Yes. This is one of the pop-ups that you need to be aware of, because once this happens, like I said, it's on manual, it puts it anywhere. So, you, there. Do your things.
Research complete. The Combine has been successfully upgraded.
Gorgeous. This is the one we need most to get more research. +2 at the moment, when we don't have any people on that freshly colonized planet to actually give us research. It's great to have. But for that planet, this one is even more important. It gives us a moral boost. And this moral boost we will need when we crank up the taxes. So we might even be able to get more money fairly soon. So, what are we going to do next? Where do we want to go? I think we should have those basic 4, especially since this one gives us the destroyer. Command point costs 2, like I said. The bigger the ships, the more command points. This will be able to deal with any kind of pirates we will encounter, and for the moment, with anything the AI can throw at us. and anti-missile rockets. We get into shipbuilding a little bit later. At the moment, whenever you design, or whenever you get to the stage where you research a new ship type, or you get upgrades like this one, the AI will take care of maxing out your ships. It's not really doing the best job, but since the AI of your AI opponents is doing the same as the AI of your shipbuilding system, doesn't really matter. As long as you have the better ships, you win. Pretty much all the time. So, where are we gonna go? This is not really yet necessary, I think. More food is good, more population. I want money. And 1 credit per population. At the moment we get, what, 20 per turn? We have around 10 people. This would add 50% at the moment. So yeah, we're going with that one. Definitely. Once we have that, we're going down here pretty fast. So we hold off on this one for the moment. We get that, well, next. And then we will speed up our ships to be able to colonize and view those planets farther away much quicker. Nothing to upgrade, otherwise it would pop up, so we haven't researched anything that's that important for our ships. Let's see if we can add something. Research laboratory. Once you have 4 in queue plus 1 actively working on, your queue is maxed out. You see the icon here changes? See? That's a glitch. If I try to add something here, yeah, it will swap that one. Early access! Remember, this was 120 turns before the automated factory and this one guy in production. It's quite a difference. You go here, because more or less it's 60 due to the taxes. If I put that on there, it's plus 15%, so I can crank the taxes up one more, which is minus 10%. And then we're at 65, and there's still nobody on strike, but we get more money. So yes, that's next. Alright guys, that's it for today, at least for this episode. If you enjoy the episodes, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you want to see more of them, subscribe. Have a nice day, see you soon, bye bye.